What is going on, all you lovely ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael Hora, and this is a lovely penguin. So I just reacted to This Is the BTS Army, and then I saw on xCeleste's channel that she also has an introduction to BTS. So I figured, you know what? I'm still struggling with their names just a little bit, and honestly, I like learning about these guys. I like learning about their personalities a little bit. So why not? Why not watch it? Let's go. BTS, BTS.
How many of you have heard of BTS?
They have a TED Talk about them?
Who is BTS and why are they so popular? BTS is a 7-member group from South Korea. While the words boy band are often associated with the image of screaming teen girls, that is far from reality. First, there's nothing wrong with being a young person showing love for something you enjoy.
True.
But what if I told you about 24% are in their 20s, 28% are in their 30s, and 21% are in their 40s? Take a closer look at this age and gender demographic for BTS's 2020 Map of the Soul ticket sales.
Okay, so we saw this in the last video,
25
but
and up made
so
46% of web traffic, and 31% were males. BTS's fans, named ARMY, will often tell you BTS is not your typical boy band. And why? To get a better understanding, let us go back to the beginning. BTS was created by Big Hit Entertainment, whose mission statement is music and artist for healing. The company, and namely their
that's a really great, what did it say, tagline or something?
statement is music and art. This was created by Big Hit Entertainment, whose mission statement is music and artist for healing.
Music and artist for healing. That's a great mission statement. That's awesome. I didn't realize that Big Hit was like, I mean, I knew that they were their record label and everything, but like I didn't realize they were so on the bandwagon of positivity and mental health and all that kind of stuff too. That's pretty dope.
The company, and namely their CEO, Bang Si-hyuk, wanted
I
BTS to be
paused it, I'm
sincere
sorry.
and genuine figures that people could easily relate to and grow with. Not immaculate idols
Awesome.
groomed amid studio culture, but real boys who shared their authentic personalities and talents with the world. Which is why...
Dude, that's rare. And not even just for South Korea. That's just rare for the world. You know? That's awesome. That's so cool. Sorry.
Who shared their authentic personalities and talents with the world. Which is why BTS stands for 방탄소년단, Korean for Bulletproof Boy Scouts. Bangtan meaning to be resistant to bullets, so it means to block out stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations that are aimed at adolescents like bullets, to preserve the value and ideals of today's adolescent.
Sick.
In 2017, BTS rebranded their name and logo representing their growth and maturity, extending the meaning to beyond the scene.
Ooh.
The new door...
I like that. I like that. Beyond the scenes. Because every time I think BTS, I always think behind the scenes. But beyond the scenes, that's nice. That's a great like rebranding.
Inspired logo symbolizes youth who don't settle for their current reality and instead open the door and go forward to achieve growth. BTS debuted on June 12, 2013.
Okay. Here we go. I'm pretty sure I know all the group members now. I'm pretty sure I know them all. And I will say that Jungkook and V are probably the two that I confuse the most. We got Jungkook, Suga, V, RM, J-Hope. I didn't forget that. I just forgot what his name was. What? Jimin and Jin. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it for sure. We're gonna go backwards now. Jin, Jimin, J-Hope, RM, V, Suga, Jungkook. See, guys, I'm learning. Don't even tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm right. I hope. Oh my gosh, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna feel so stupid. Whatever.
With 7.
I know. I'm like 98% sure I just got that right. But I will say, for the most part, I definitely was confusing these two the most. My guys right here. I mean, just means that they're all good-looking guys, right?
Members. RM,
There we
Jin,
go. Jin, I was right. Suga, I was right. J-Hope, I got stumbled, but I got him.
V,
Jimin, V,
and Jungkook.
Jungkook.
All
That's right, we
members
got it.
from
Also, I said
different
Jungkook's
parts of
name
Korea.
wrong, but
So
sorry.
at first, living together in a small
We're
apartment
learning.
was a challenge. Their CEO, Bang Shi-hyuk,
I'm
created
stoked.
a
I'm
method
stoked I
for the
got
boys whenever they got into an argument.
일단 싸워도 된다.
It's okay
싸움을
to
두려워하기
fight.
때문에 우리 갈등이 커지는 거다라고 가리키고요. 그다음에 마지막으로는 단 해결은 일곱이
Resolve
같이 하는
together
거다.
with all 7 group
싸움은
members.
둘이 해도 해결은 7명이 같이 해라.
True.
하기 너무 창피한 걸로
Wait, sorry, I missed the last bit there. Even if fights between
싸움은
just
둘이
2
해도
members
해결은 7명이
should be resolved together with all
같이
7
해라.
members.
하기 너무 창피한 걸로 싸움을
Too
해도
embarrassing to even talk
결국
about.
같이 와서 저희가 이런
Come together and tell
문제를
me.
갖고 둘이
Two of
싸웠는데
us
이렇게
fought
해서
about such
이렇게
and
해결했습니다라고
such thing, and this is how we resolve the conflict.
얘기를 하고 그런 부분들이 이 팀의 친화력을 혹은 시너지를 강하게 만들고 있지 않나.
Honestly, this is so true. It's so important, and people lack communication so badly. But me and one of my best friends, we used to live together, and I love the guy dearly. He's like a brother to me, you know? And we had a falling out for a minute when we were living together, where he was having some problems with things that I was doing, and I was having some problems with some things that he was doing, but we weren't talking about it. We weren't sharing with each other, and we're both just like slowly building up this anger for each other until finally we got to the point where like, dude, this is stupid. Like, why are we even angry at each other? And we just sat down and we talked about it. And then once he explained the things he was mad about, I was like, oh, dude, I didn't even know that bothered you. Like, I'm so sorry or whatever. And it was the same thing for him. Whereas, like, the things that were bothering me, like, he didn't realize, you know? And then it was just like a simple, just like, oh, okay, we can do things to fix this or whatever. And it did. It changes everything. It changes the whole synergy of, like, the area you're living with in, you know? So the fact that they're doing that, too, primo.
이렇게 생각됩니다.
Over the years, the boys have come to love each other despite their difference in personalities, to the point where they'd feel incomplete with one member missing. They became each
That
other's
is really
strength
sweet.
and support and formed a brotherhood.
뭔가 내 머릿속에는 옆에 멤버들이 있어야 뭔가 자연스러우니까 뭔가 내 핸드폰이나 지갑처럼 없으면 불안한 그런
Feel
것들이
nervous without them? Aw.
소중하다 못해 없으면 안 될 사람들이긴 하죠. 왜냐면은 넘어져도 저 혼자 일어나는 게 아니라 그냥 같이 일어난 거니까.
좀 생각을 해보면 이런 7명이 어떻게 모였을까라는 생각이 들어요. 이제는 네.
Right?
오래 지냈다고 해서 될 문제는 아니에요. 어떻게 보면은 운명인 것 같아요. 네.
Yes.
되게 유치하지만 그냥 운명이었던 거예요. 이거는. 네.
Their climb to the top
I don't think it sounded corny at all. I just think that sometimes people are meant to be in our lives, and you get lucky sometimes with some of the best people, and sometimes you get unfortunate with some people who aren't as nice, you know? So I think these guys really were meant to be all together, you know what I'm saying?
may seem sudden to those who didn't follow their journey,
Hold
but
on, I missed that
it was
first. What she said at the beginning there?
되게 유치하지만 그냥 운명이었던 거예요. 이거는. 네.
their climb to the top may seem sudden to those who didn't follow their journey, but it was
does.
far from a walk in the park. BTS's company, Big Hit Entertainment, started off small and faced numerous hardships, even coming close to bankruptcy. Since Big Hit wasn't a large company at that time, they lacked the resources for promoting BTS. Even getting the chance to debut was a fluke. Their debut performance opportunity came about because a music show needed a filler for someone else's spot. Even after they debuted, their performances would often get cut, and if they did make it on air, their screen time was very short since Big Hit didn't have the power or influence bigger companies had over broadcast.
Man, they look so different.
Since
They look so young. I mean, obviously it's like years ago, But dang, dude, they look so different than like the BTS I know, because I've been watching more recent stuff. That's weird.
They were often not invited to a lot of big variety shows. The company found their own way to communicate with their audience through platforms such as YouTube. By vlogging their journey, they allowed us to discover their personalities. They also created their own variety shows and often live streamed with fans. They honed their crafts for hours on end, practicing in the dance studio and producing music, returning home at dawn to all sleep in one bedroom.
I've said this on different videos before, but like there's certain people out there who have just like absolutely pioneered like making it via YouTube or Twitter or whatever in order to, you know, push their careers forward. And I said a couple examples, like in terms of comedians, there's one guy who's like kind of infamous because he made these Instagram videos as well as his YouTube and stuff just popping off. It's this guy, Andrew Schultz. Like, he's a really funny guy. I mean, it was a little rough around the edges. He's a New Yorker, but like he did it. Then it's like you look at guys like Justin Bieber. He got found through YouTube. Bo Burnham, also big YouTube kid, grew up and became something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people who they made their way via the internet, and it's like it's the same time BTS is doing it. They are the forerunners of that generation of these people being found via internet sites, you know. And obviously too, they do a lot of live streaming and stuff. I didn't actually realize they did their own variety shows, so that's kind of cool. I think that's actually what you guys have been talking about, having me watch at some point. So, well, I mean, we definitely will at some point. It's just there's, like I said, there's a lot going on, but we will get to it. I promise that. But yeah, it's just such a cool concept to me, at least. You know, I think it's amazing how big the internet is, you know, and people don't really give it as much credit as it should get. But there you go.
Producing music, returning
BTS,
home
baby.
at dawn to all sleep in one bedroom. 2
That's
years of hard
also
work and not
crazy to
knowing
me.
where they'd end up, they finally won their first music show award. Yet, as they grew in popularity, they were falsely accused of sajeki, which is when a company buys their own artist albums to boost sales for the charts. That's because people couldn't believe a group from a small company was selling well, ignoring the fact that a small company wouldn't have the resources to pull off such a scam.
Yeah, right?
These were just a few of their hardships and struggles. I created a separate video highlighting their past hardships.
Great video.
I'll
Go
link
check
that
it
in
out.
my
I actually
description
reacted
box.
to that as well. So,
Throughout
and
the
if you don't
years,
watch mine,
BTS
watch
were
hers.
able to reach
It's amazing.
impressive milestones while continuing to sing in Korean. They shattered cultural language barriers with music and attracted an international audience. They grew
Amazing.
organically by staying true to themselves while building a genuine connection with their fans from around the world. During an era where streaming numbers have gone up and traditional album sales have gone down, BTS has become an industry anomaly. Their latest album, Map of the Soul 7, released February 21, 2020, is the best-selling physical album of the year, and they sold over 500,000 copies in just the United States alone. The biggest kicker?
That's so crazy.
Well, BTS did this without a single bundle. And what does bundle mean? Artists would bundle merchandise or concert tickets with the album's sales. For example, a copy of an artist's album, digital or physical,
I didn't know they did
would
that,
be included
actually.
in every t-shirt sale
I don't
or
go to
ticket
enough
sold for
concerts.
their concert. These sales would count towards charting numbers and become an industry-wide tactic in the US to help boost sales figures and in effect climb up the Billboard charts. In a
Interesting.
2019 New York Times article, they said about half the 39 titles that topped the charts last year were sold as part of ticket or merchandise bundles. Without the help of bundles and driven by the power of ARMYs alone, BTS were able to beat a lot of historic records, such as Michael Jackson's 36-year record and the Beatles' 22-year record. While these musical acts are famous around the world, Sugar has said it's a great honor to be called the Beatles of the 21st century.
That makes sense.
At the same time, it's a bit pressuring to be called that. We are BTS. We want to be the BTS of the 21st century.
I'll say this, that makes a lot of sense. And it makes a lot of sense because, like, if you really look at when the Beatles first came around, like, they also got, like, a lot of hate. Definitely different than what than BTS is getting, but, like, yeah, a lot of people didn't like the Beatles when they first came about. And, like, it was because, like, girls loved them so much. So guys were like, nah, screw these guys, you know what I mean? Obviously, I wasn't around for that, but from what I've seen and read, I guess. You know, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't really even know where I got that information from, but I'm like pretty sure that's what the case was. So yeah, that was that. I think that's a pretty good representation, and also the fact that they're so freaking big, and like the Beatles blew up and became really big too. So it's like, I feel like it's a fair comparison.
The members themselves have always been involved in their music and engaged with their fans, even before they officially debuted. From their debut album, Too Cool for School,
producing
in
music's
2013 to their most
hard.
recent Map of the Soul 7, all 7 members have contributed as either writers and or producers on every album. All of BTS are associate members of the Korea Music Copyright Association, and as of August 2020, J-Hope, Suga, and RM were all promoted to full members of the association. They even create music that's released for free on SoundCloud as gifts to their fans. Much of their work touches on subjects like mental health, youth and female empowerment, child abuse, cyberbullying, self-love and development, and socio-economic injustices. Much of their work is also inspired by past writers and thinkers. Their latest series, Map of the Soul, incorporates psychological concepts by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. BTS is not afraid to use their platform to amplify underrepresented voices and issues, taking numerous risks with their career while receiving backlash from people in power. BTS are also as charitable as they are talented. Throughout the years, members have been donating individually and as a group. BTS rarely publicize donations, so fans often find out about them if media organizations uncover the details. One
That's
of
also
BTS's
pretty
few
cool.
public announcements was in November 2017 for their Love Myself campaign. They partnered with UNICEF to create a campaign aimed at protecting children and teenagers from around the world, with the hope of making the world a better place through music. BTS and their company, Big Hit Entertainment, pledged 500 million Korean won and donated 3% of the income from the sales of physical albums of the Love Yourself series, along with 6 other fundraising initiatives, including the Love Myself merchandise, where 100% of its proceeds were pledged to the cause. The Love Yourself series, which contained 3 albums total, sold over 7 million copies worldwide. On September 24, 2018, BTS was invited to deliver a speech about the Love Myself campaign at the United Nations General Assembly. On January 15, 2020, Formula E announced their partnership with BTS to help combat climate change. On June 3, 2020, BTS tweeted their support for Black Lives Matter. A few days later, Variety reported that BTS and Big Hit Entertainment had donated $1 million to support the Black Lives Matter movement. When ARMYs got wind of the news, they matched their $1 million donation in one day. Now, these are just a couple of their acts of charity. With their socially conscious music, BTS created a new fandom culture that brings together fans from different national and racial identities. This led to the emergence of bilingual ARMY volunteers who translated BTS Korean lyrics and videos in their language almost real time,
making the content
immediately available to non-Korean speakers. We may all speak different languages, but their music and their message connected people from around the world, with different ethnicities, background, gender, and age. BTS has also expressed their love and respect for ARMY countless of times, such as always mentioning them first during speeches, responding to fans on their social media app.
Don't be upset. I often don't understand the perfect question because I don't have enough English yet, but I try hard because I told you this, right?
First, during speeches, responding to fans on their social media app Weverse, showing their appreciation for army projects, halting rehearsals for the Muslim prayers in Saudi Arabia. The youngest member, Jungkook, even got the fandom name tattooed on his hand. Together with ARMY, they grew as individuals and as artists.
저는 굳이 영향력을 주는 거창한 것은 안 원하고 그냥 저희를 보는 분들이 행복하고 웃을 수 있다면 그걸로.
팬이란 게 진짜 뭘까 막 이런 생각을 가끔 많이 하거든요. 결국 그 사람들 때문에 저희가 무대에 서는 거라서 그 봐주는 사람들을 위해서 노래를 하고 무대를 하는 거기 때문에 결국 우리는 그 사람들한테 진짜 감사해야 되고 무대 하나하나에 최선을 다해야 되고.
간단하게 얘기해서는 가수를 하고 있는 어떤 제일 중요한 이유인 것 같아요. 저는 뭐 방송 활동도 물론 싫지 않지만 진짜 콘서트는 그냥 제가 이 방탄소년단을 하고 있는 이유가 맞는 것 같아요.
참 다행히도 내가 원래 하고 싶었던 이 메시지 하고 싶었던 음악들을 하고 있어서 참 다행이라고 생각을 해요. 그러기 때문에 되게 그렇게 살고 있는 것 같아요. 긍정적인 에너지를 주죠. 일단 이 일을 좋아하는 거, 이 일을 사랑하고 너무 좋아하는 게 저에게 큰 영향을 주는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 이 일을 하기 싫고 실증이 나고 하면은 무대 위에서도 나타나기 때문에 이 일을 굉장히 사랑하기 때문에 내가 무대 위에서 퍼포먼스를 할 수 있고 노래를 할 수 있는 것 같아요.
계속 와서 응원해주는 모습, 그리고 이렇게 저희를 진심으로 좋아해주는 그런 표정들, 힘들 때 그런 표정들이 저에게 더 힘을 주는 것 같아서.
저희를 알아봐 주신 여러분들이라면 여러분의 꿈이 아니더라도 여러분의 삶, 여러분의 인생에 언젠가 저희의 존재가, 저희의 음악이, 저희의 무대가, 저희의 사진, 영상이 여러분한테 아주 조금이라도 아픔이 100이라면 그 100을 99, 98, 97로 만들어줄 수 있다면 그걸로 저희의 존재의 가치는 충분합니다. 정말 사랑합니다.
Their love for ARMY.
Sorry, we're gonna cut her off one more time. Dude, like... There is times when you can tell when people are being fake about stuff, and then times where you can tell people are being very sincere. And it's very clear in every single one of them that they are so sincere about it, about how they feel about the ARMY, and how the way that they look at fans is just, it's probably the healthiest way I can think to look at a fandom as the person that they're the fan of. I feel like that made sense, but it might not have. But I think that they look at the ARMY in like the healthiest way, and it's really cool to see just how much of a back and forth relationship it is between the ARMY and BTS. And like I think it was V said it, where he's like, you know, when times get tough, he's like, I feed off of the ARMY's like love and consideration, you know. And it's like I'm just kind of putting words in his mouth, but essentially it probably just revitalizes him, you know, and it encourages him to keep going forward, you know. And that's so cool. That's so cool. And it just shows like genuinely these guys are really good people. I love that. It's something you don't come by that often, you know. So very cool. That's why I like BTS. People keep being like, oh, maybe he's faking it or whatever. It's like, no, I genuinely like these guys. I honestly wish I was like part of the group, even though I can't sing and I can't dance. I don't know. I just think it'd be cool to hang out, you know. It is what it is.
정말 사랑합니다.
Their love for ARMY has also helped them decide on re-signing another 7-year contract with Big Hit Entertainment. They mentioned doing it for their fans and not for money. So while people often discredit BTS's talent, likening their popularity to superficial aspects that come with the image of a boy band, it is their development of personalities and sincerity towards their art and their fans that made their fandom the size and reach that it has become. I hope people will come to realize that BTS is more than just their singing and their dancing skills. They're not just performers, but artists who have healed and inspired millions of people around the world. For a deeper dive into BTS, please refer to these websites, apps, and ARMY accounts to stay updated. We're also working on more video projects and a website, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Let's go. Guys, make sure that you throw xCeleste a sub. I'm sure you guys already follow her, but seriously, xCeleste makes some pretty awesome videos, so if you're not subbed already, go sub, because she's dope. But, yeah, dude. Every video so far that we've done with BTS, I definitely started off with a bit of hesitance, because I definitely viewed them in the way that the US views boy bands. For being honest, that's the way I did. And I'm also used to people, especially people in the spotlight, not being always honest and not always being genuine about intentions and stuff. So I definitely came at it with a lot of hesitations at first. But the more I watch and the more I learn about this group, it just seems like these guys got to be some of the most genuine people in showbiz. They gotta be. They have to be. Like, genuinely, they just seem like the best. You know, they just do. It is what it is. I can't help it, you know? I really do think they're really awesome. And I look forward to keep watching. I enjoy the journey, and honestly, I've been enjoying it. So we're going to keep going because I like this. And for those of you who are worried I don't, you're wrong. I do like it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for anybody who's subbing to the channel. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and do so. And then also, if you would be so kind, take a minute and go down into the details down below and go and click on some of those links. There's a whole link tree there too, if you want to just go through and follow things and whatnot, help us grow in other areas. But most importantly, I care about Twitch, because I also love live streaming and being around you guys. And we've had a few of you guys come out to some of the streams, and it's been a lot of fun. So, listen, if you guys are down for a silly goose time, you want to come hang out, I'm playing video games most of the time, but sometimes we react to videos and stuff. It's it's A Lovely Penguin on twitch.tv, so it would be twitch.tv/alovelypenguin if you're going to be typing it into your search engine or whatever. And, yeah, guys, I love you. Stay aggressively positive, and we will catch you on the next video. Bye. Mwah. Also, I want to do that too. I purple you.